Take a hard look at where you are right now. Are you really in control? Sure, and things may seem stable, and you might feel like you've carved out your path, but there's a nagging feeling deep down. Something isn't right. You might not want to admit it, but you're starting to fall behind. Here's the brutal reality. Mastering one skill, perfecting one discipline, none of that guarantees long-term success anymore. Sooner or later, someone will come along who knows something you don't. They'll link ideas and concepts you never even thought about. The world doesn't reward isolated expertise anymore. It rewards the people who can bridge gaps, connect dots, and think across disciplines. If you're not doing that, you're already losing ground. Think of Leonardo da Vinci, Benjamin Franklin, Marie Curie, Steve Jobs. What did they have in common? It wasn't just that they were geniuses. It was that they refused to be defined by a single label. They crossed boundaries, took risks, and were willing to be misunderstood. Meanwhile, you're still focused on being the best in one narrow area. But here's the problem. The more you focus on mastering a single whole, the less you see of the vast ocean around you. The reality is this: the world doesn't reward specialization anymore. It rewards connection. While you're focused on becoming a master in one thing, others are learning multiple disciplines and spotting patterns you can't even imagine. They create what you can't because they have something you don't. A global perspective on knowledge. Right now, as you listen to this, you might be on the verge of becoming obsolete. Not because you're incapable, but because you're still clinging to the old idea that being an expert in one thing is enough. But let me ask you, when was the last time you stepped outside your comfort zone to learn something radically new? When did you last challenge your own boundaries? You probably don't remember, and that's the problem. You've accepted the limits the world placed on you without questioning them. Comfort is the most dangerous prison. It makes you think you're progressing when you're stuck. Look at the people you admire. They didn't get to where they are by staying in one lane. They were bold enough to cross disciplines. The world doesn't care about how deep you dig into one thing. It cares about your ability to make connections. The more disciplines you know, the more creative and innovative you become. You need to understand that depth alone won't cut it anymore. You need breadth. You need diversity in your knowledge. Here's another uncomfortable truth. Most people feel trapped in a routine of monotony, not because they're incapable, but because they've locked themselves in the same narrow bubble. The solution isn't to go deeper into what you already know. It's to break out, learn something new, and let your mind expand. Your brain thrives on novelty. Every time you learn something new, it reorganizes, it adapts. It becomes more capable of solving complex problems. The more you learn across different fields, the stronger and more agile your mind becomes. This isn't just psychological, it's biological. When you push beyond your comfort zone, your brain strengthens and becomes more connected, more capable. But here's something even deeper. The more areas you explore, the more you learn about yourself. You'll start to understand your true potential. Self-knowledge doesn't come from mastering what's easy. It comes from confronting what challenges you. You need to stop fearing the unknown and start embracing it. Vulnerability is your greatest strength. Only when you admit what you don't know can you learn something new. Society has taught you to fear looking inexperienced. But the truth is, those who dare to look foolish are the ones who will learn the most. While others hold on to their comfort zones, You can use that vulnerability to fuel your growth. When you master multiple disciplines, you don't just accumulate facts. You develop judgment. You become immune to manipulation because you see things from multiple perspectives. While specialists are stuck in their narrow fields, you can see the bigger picture, spot trends, and identify opportunities others can't. The most successful people don't want more experts. They want people who can connect the dots. They want polymaths, people who understand multiple fields and use that understanding to create groundbreaking solutions. And here's something crucial. When you start exploring other areas, you'll discover hidden talents and passions within yourself. True passion doesn't emerge from doing what's easy. It emerges when you allow yourself to explore many things and find what truly excites you. Now, you're at a crossroads. You can stay in your comfortable bubble, continuing to specialize and pretend everything's fine. Or you can break free and become someone who can connect ideas and transform the world around you. It's your choice. The easy path is always the one that leads to regret. No one remembers the experts who stayed in their lane. They remember the ones who dared to break out and change things. Don't let that be your story. If you could talk to your younger self, what advice would you give them? You'd probably tell them to take more risks, to explore more, to get outside their comfort zone. And here you are now, still holding on to the same doubts and fears. What's holding you back? The biggest mistake you're making is thinking learning is linear. It's not. It's messy, it spirals, it connects things in unexpected ways. Knowledge isn't a straight path. It's a puzzle where every new piece, even if it seems irrelevant at first, eventually connects to form a much clearer picture. But here's the hardest part. To learn something new, you have to unlearn something old. You'll have to let go of outdated beliefs and embrace the discomfort of being a beginner again. This resistance to change is the biggest obstacle you'll face on the road to mastering multiple disciplines. Most people would rather cling to what they know than admit they were wrong. But true wisdom comes from questioning your beliefs, not from accumulating certainties. The people who changed history weren't just smart, they were restless. They got bored quickly. They were constantly seeking new challenges, new worlds to explore. The genius of history was driven by an insatiable curiosity to break boundaries. If you're bored with what you do, celebrate it. That's the sign that your mind is ready for something bigger. Don't suppress it. Follow it.